When I tell people that I love Transformers, their usual response is, "Oh, the toys?" And for the most part, my answer is yes. Transformers is probably most recognizable in the world as the toys that turn from robots into cars and jets and other vehicles. To someone who really doesn't spend time with the franchise, simplifying it down to a toy line of robots makes sense. But often, I've even found myself simplifying the franchise down to the exact same thing, a toy line. When I see something I don't like in the franchise, I normally explain, well, at the end of the day, they're just trying to sell toys. After all, that's what Transformers has always been about, selling toys to children. But even if that's true, there's more to the franchise than just making money off of children and middle-aged men with nostalgia and a YouTube channel like myself. Transformers may have come from the amalgamation of different Japanese toy lines, with a story added on after the fact. But since its conception, it has grown to be so much more. It's become a deeply rich world with so many great iterations and wonderful messages. And one of those most important messages is what I'd like to talk about today: family. When I was a kid, I found my way to the Transformers animated website, where they uploaded clips of the show for people to watch. Through that website, I found that they also uploaded clips of Beast Wars and Transformers Cybertron. So these three shows became the backbone of my Transformers knowledge. I watched the latter of those two shows out of order. So, while I was confused, a few things did stick with me. Beast Wars Silverbolt was really annoying at the time, but also there was something else to these Transformers shows. The final episode of Cybertron has stuck with me all these years, especially Optimus Prime's speech to Galvatron.
You will always lose, Galvatron. You think of nothing but destruction. None of your victories last. You care about nothing but yourself. No one cares about you.
Galvatron cares for no one, and because of that, no one cares for him. Optimus's strength is in his friends. In fact, Optimus's strength is his friends. It's this concept that always allows for Optimus to prevail. Galvatron may obtain incredible power, but because he is alone, he can never succeed. He has no family. Later in life, when I was older, Transformers Prime was airing its third season on TV, and I was watching very faithfully. If you've seen the show, then you'll know the clip that I'm referring to. Ultra Magnus is a standout character for me in this show. He's seen as this grizzled veteran general who has no time for nonsense. If you thought Optimus Prime was strict in this universe, Magnus is even more so, but it comes from a well-meaning place. It's easy as someone's boss or authority figure to blame them when they aren't following your orders. And yet, Magnus shows true leadership by first admitting that he is the problem. He tells Optimus that his style of command is affecting the team negatively. Optimus, as busy as he is, has noticed this, just by the way that Magnus is not celebrated like he himself is. The writers of the show make this interaction even better by not allowing Optimus to finish his lesson with Magnus. Because, by the point of the show, we all know the answer to his statement. There is something much greater than an army.
The members of Team Prime are not cogs in a machine. They have grown into something greater than an army. They have become
Optimus.
More recent iterations of the Transformers franchise also lean into the idea of family. Earthspark, despite its rocky reception by the fans, is primarily about the relationships that family members have, even going as far as to have Megatron appear as a reformed Decepticon who is a part of the family. The comic run written by Daniel Warren Johnson and published by Skybound Entertainment also features a heavy focus on the idea of family. Optimus doesn't fully understand the relation status between Spike and his father, but he does understand the concept of family. It's a line that is used often as the story continually takes said family members away from the core cast. In a similar way to Cybertron, to Optimus, every death is the tragic loss of a family member, but to someone like Starscream, the death of his own people is merely an obstacle. But the concept of family is not foreign to all Decepticons, as we see that Soundwave is much more conscious of his fellow brothers' lives than Starscream is. While they would probably never use the word family, comrade fits nicely. All of this being said, the title of this video focuses on the fact that Transformers is more than just a line of plastic toys. But I cannot end the video without talking about how important these toys have been to me. As a kid, getting a new Transformer was a huge deal. I have some very vivid memories, like going to the dentist one year right around my birthday. I told the dentist that for my birthday, I was gonna get Energon Scorponok. Or the time my father and I drove to an old Kmart on vacation, and I found Dark of the Moon Leader Ironhide for $20. Maybe one day I'll make a video recounting all the stories that led me here. Transformers is a vast franchise with so many iterations. Most every continuity has some type of message, whether stated plainly or hidden. So yes, these are just toys, but there's also so much more to them under the surface. Sometimes it's not the most groundbreaking message that we find in these stories, but that's okay. A story doesn't have to be trend-setting. It just has to hold a special place in your heart.